What will be the repercussions? How can you justify what happened at Eden? It was shambolic. It was an embarrassment. You couldn't chase 123. Was it the most difficult wicket to bat on? Maybe not. You have faced far more difficult conditions. But one thing is for certain. You cannot play on turning decks. But at least credit to Gautam Gambhir, he managed to come and front up to the failure that happened. Because Gautam Gambhir gave a very, very interesting take on the pitch. The pitch is the center of attraction at this point in time for all the wrong reasons. But Gautam Gambhir mentioned exactly the pitch we were looking for. And I feel that the curator was very, very helpful. This is exactly what we wanted and this is exactly what we got. If you don't play well, this is what happens. Really? Is this the kind of wicket that the Indian cricket team has wanted? How does it help your batters? How does it help that not just now, in 2024, in 2021, in 2017, you prepared such kind of wickets and you consistently failed? How many more warning signs do you need? Because if you have to go by Sourav Ganguly's statement that you didn't water the pitch for 4 days, what we at Sports Today had already said that yes, they were told not to water the pitch. This is exactly what the team wanted. They didn't want a sporting deck. They wanted a similar kind of sandpit that was there. How can Gautam Gambhir justify this? This is what baffles me no end at this point, and this comments further baffle me. How on earth that this is the kind of pitch you're looking for? Then clearly you're not going for the win. Because he reiterates even further. There were no demons in the wicket. This wasn't an unplayable wicket. If we always talk about the wicket, which you could call a turning track, if you see the stats, majority of wickets were taken by the seamers. Last point, agree. Yes, majority of wickets were taken by the seamers. True. But you saw some deliveries that were absolutely rearing off a deck. Some stayed low. Some there was vicious turn. How can this be called a sporting wicket? And how can you call this sporting considering the fact that no team went past 200 even once in the whole match? How can you say it's a sporting wicket? How can you say that this wasn't an unplayable wicket? Clearly there is something wrong. Either a definition of an unplayable wicket has changed or you're just looking for a way to cop out. I'm sorry, what happened in Eden Gardens, even Morne Mockle admitted, rapid deterioration, even we were not prepared for. Okay, then that means you had no plan B. Gambhir and the team management clearly have no plan B. So if you prepare this kind of a wicket, at least have a plan B. No, we won't have a plan B. Jo hoga dekha jayega. That's the motive. And yes, your obsession with these kind of wickets is a clear-cut indication that this Indian cricket team and the Indian cricket team management suffer from Stockholm syndrome. It hurts you, but you still want to go with it. And yes, Wile E. Coyote vibes against the Roadrunner. That is what this management is giving me at this point in time. But there was vicious turn. Gambhir was saying, you should know how to play turn. And this is what we asked for and this is what we got. The curator was very supportive and I still believe, irrespective of how the wicket was, 123 was chaseable. Really, on that sandpit in Mumbai 2004, 104 was chaseable. Australia couldn't chase it down. They fell short by 13 runs. You could chase down 147 on a sandpit in Wankhede 20 years later. No, you couldn't. You should know how to play turn. That is the problem. This current bunch doesn't know how to play spin. You've got white ball mentality and that doesn't help. People who want to play spin are going extinct in the first class system because now you're prepared pacey wickets. But no, if it's a rank turner, let's rely on certain things. Ram bharose. That is how this Indian cricket team management is relying upon. There have been so many instances, yet you don't learn from that. But on Shubman Gill, he gave an update wherein he said Gill is still being assessed. So let's see. The physios will take a call today evening and we will take a call. by my reckoning, whatever has happened with Shubman Gill, if it's a neck spasm, he's unlikely to be fit for Barsapara. A neck spasm doesn't take 2-3 days to heal. It takes about a week or 10 days to heal. So that's why Gill, by my reckoning, is out of the Barsapara test match. Unless he's recovered very quickly. But temperament and toughness, this is the one thing that the Indian cricket team lack. And Gambhir has reiterated in that, saying that more than the skill, there has to be a mental toughness. If you cannot absorb pressure, you will not do well. But the pressure, okay, if you get spooked by the wicket in first glance, there is pressure in which one ball will always have your name. And if the target is too much, then you are playing with very fine margins. This is something that the Indian cricket team management will have to understand and realize. But there seems to be no realization in this Indian cricket team dispensation. Which Indian coach will survive after 2 series losses at home? John Wright couldn't hold on after losing 2 series at home, but that was after a significant period of time. What can you do then? This is the issue that you're confronting. If Gambhir doesn't manage to win Barsapara, and if India get whitewashed yet again, 5 tests against the Sena countries you have lost on the trot at home, there will be serious repercussions. Kolkata was the lowest point for Indian cricket. If you thought Mumbai and the whitewash that happened was the lowest point, I'm sorry, the bottom is yet to be scraped. 124, you couldn't chase. And on a sandpit that you yourself wanted, that is Harakiri Indian style. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.